about being Afro-Latino, the Afro part. People be mad confused when I tell them that I'm Panamanian and Colombian, and they be like, but you're black. Listen, I'm Panamanian, Colombian, and black.
Should I do like a whole introduction? Or am I just answering the questions? Am I looking at the
Yeah, look at the camera.
camera?
Being Afro Latina is my strength, like the Afro part. I love being black. I love everything about being black. I love being a black woman. It's like the best thing ever. Like, I want to switch my hair up. I could do it in a matter of a week. I want to, cook something. I could cook it off the top of the dome. Like, I don't even gotta really go on YouTube or like read a cookbook or anything like that.
So, what's a feature that people like on you, and then what's your favorite feature of yourself?
Okay, the feature that people like on me is my ass, my behind. Let me change that. I don't know if we can curse. They like my buttocks. Yeah, I don't know. I don't look like that, so whatever. But I love my armpits. They are very smooth in this one color. Okay.
I would say a feature that people like about me would be my hair, but I'd be ready to cut it off. And a feature I like about myself would be my smile. I feel like a feature that everyone likes on me is honestly just my face as a whole. I think it's what I get the most compliments on from everyone else. But my favorite feature for myself specifically, I would have to say it's my eyes, because I think just in conversation with people, like, it's easy for them to like get lost, and they're like super piercing, so it's easy.
My favorite feature of myself would be my almond shaped eyes.
What does being sexually liberated mean for you?
To be sexually liberated to me means to have sex on your own terms or not have sex on your own terms. Like, it's literally whatever you want to do unapologetically, and you you don't you don't really follow the rules of society. Like, you do what makes you happy. You live for you.
To be sexually liberated means do what you want. At the end of the day, it's your body. Nobody can tell you anything. So just do what you want. If it makes you happy, it makes you happy. If you're into that, you're into that. Whatever it is that you're into, you're into. So
Being sexually liberated means being free and unapologetic about who you talk to, no matter the gender, the culture, wherever you want to do it, whenever you want to do it, regardless of what society says, but still taking care of yourself. Still being smart about it. Being liberated does not mean being dumb and just not taking care of yourself. It's still, being smart, but doing what you want to do and not what society is pressuring you to do.
Okay.
being sexually liberating to me is just owning who you are, and feeling sexy in any and every moment, and saying fuck what society has to say and whatever society standards are, and just kind of living your life by your own rules, to be honest.
Gotcha. Okay.
Have I ever slept with a non-black person? No, I haven't, honestly. I don't think I'm that sexually liberated to want to sleep with a non-black person. I would also be way too nervous about what the experience could be. I mean, not saying that I haven't had like bad sexual experiences with black people, but I would rather have that than anything else on my list, to be honest. queerness. No.
It was a white guy. Would I do it again? If I want to. But am I looking for it? No. No. Definitely want some black love going around here. But sexually liberated. So I wanted to do it.
Yes, I have once, but that's a dub. No, I like my meat well done. No pink meat. No damn near burnt. So yeah.
Do I have a name for my vagina? I actually don't, to be honest. But I treat her very well. I probably should name her, maybe like Shelly Ann or something. I mean, my family is Jamaican, so that would make a lot of sense.
Me putty. I don't have a name for it, but me putty on me putty. So the thing about yo, I'm dead.
Yeah, yes, I do have a name for my vagina. I would tell y'all the name, but we gotta have VIP access. So I'll give y'all the nickname for the nickname, which is Sue.
No, I don't. I don't have a name for my vagina yet. I'm one of those that gotta come. I can't just force it. So when it comes out, I'll come back and let y'all know. Give me some suggestions.
I remember when I was in junior high school, that was my first time being institutionalized with like white people, and the experiences there in comparison to like my zone schools that only had black kids was completely different. Like, yeah, there was a small ratio of kids that misbehaved, and I don't even really like saying that kids misbehave, but that's a whole other topic. But in my school, them white girls was giving it up crazy in the staircase and smoking weed with their parents and everything. So it's so crazy where the stigma that black girls are fast or they're hypersexualized, where that comes from. Like, I remember girls who were more overdeveloped, they had to change into gym shorts. Meanwhile, white girls, they will wear shorts that's like the same length as the shorts that the black girl wore, but they won't face any repercussions. It's like, you know, it's whatever. It's crazy to think that on average, everyone went at least 15 years without sex. And now it's a thing that we can't even live without, you know? It's like, if you're horny and you want to fix that itch, you would have sex. But unfortunately, that don't really fix the itch, because then you just gonna keep on wanting to have more sex.
Alright. And how was your experience when you lost your virginity?
When I lost my virginity, it was regular. It was nothing special. I guess that's what would be my virginity. It was just regular. It wasn't nothing like romantic.
Losing my virginity was, I mean, it was what it was, to be honest. It wasn't nothing special. Like, but I've definitely heard worse, but it wasn't nothing special. It was, I wish I did it with someone else.
As many times as I wish I can go back and redo, it actually wasn't terrible. I mean, I'm actually still cool with the person that I lost my virginity to. So I guess I have to be thankful for that, because some people really hate the person that they lost their virginity to, and I would honestly hate that feeling. But I mean, if I could do it all over again, I probably would go back. But it's it's okay. I've had worse experiences after, so I have to be thankful that it wasn't a terrible experience. It was actually okay. So
Um, mentally, I was okay because I know this person since first grade, so I really, really trusted him. Physically, I was very disappointed though because I wouldn't blame it on him. It's just the way people hype sex up and what you think you're gonna get, and that's the first time. It's not gonna do that. Um, yeah, I didn't even like sex for like 3 months actually, so it took me a while to even actually like it. Mentally, it was okay. I trusted the person. Physically, I was like, what the fuck is this?
I think it's important to view sex as a spiritual exchange as opposed to a transaction, you know? There's guys out here claiming that they don't do this and they don't do that, but I feel like the reason that they feel like they don't do these things is because they are trying to conquer women and they're not really getting into relations with women that they really care for. So they don't care to satisfy her. They don't care to learn her body. They just trying to get their nut off and go. And unfortunately, that happens with black guys a lot of the times. Like the non-black dudes, they be out here experimenting, doing all type of crazy shit.
Okay. What are some myths you heard about sex?
some myths that I heard about sex was I know my parents were the type to just be like, if you kiss somebody, you're gonna get pregnant, so don't even like look at boys. But I feel like when I was growing up, I think one of the main things that always kind of replays in my head, or lives in my head rent free, is that scene from Mean Girls when the gym teacher's kind of like he's giving a sex education lesson and he's trying to like explain to the kids like, yeah, if you have sex, you get chlamydia and you just die type of thing. So I feel like that was one of the myths that always kind of just lived in my head growing up, from sex, that even just touching, you were pregnant. And that's honestly not even the case at all. Thankfully, Jesus Christ, because that would be horrible.
My male cousin told me if you cannot count your sexual partners on both of your hands, like your pum pum is dead. That's like not true.
Wow. If you put the tip in, you won't get pregnant. Just the tip. That's a lie.
One time I decided to abstain for a year because I got fired from my serving job and I didn't feel comfortable having sex in my crib without money coming in for my rent and my bills. I mean, I could have still did what I wanted to do, but I didn't want to be a freaky bum. And I could have asked any of the dudes in my rotation at the time, but I wasn't intimate with any of them and I didn't want to owe nobody shit. So I put on my big girl panties, I focused up, and I secured the bag. I started generating more money than I ever did in the past 3 years just from being a dot connector. Eventually, I felt like it was time to give my attention to somebody's son, but I didn't know where to go. I mean, I became so comfortable with my solitude at the time, and these dudes really don't be knowing what they doing out here. I could have backpedaled, but what's good dick if it's dangling between the legs of an ain't shit nigga? So my sex life was pretty inconsistent around that time. The crazy thing is, dudes would throw themselves at me even more when I was abstaining. It was weird.
Period, bitch. You see how we look? Right. Kidding me? Period. Oh, you see the make time?
Black people aren't monolithic. Like, we are so diverse in so many different ways, and I want every black girl, whether you know, ratchet or spiritual or educated or whatever bracket you fall under, I want you to be loved and appreciated for everything that you bring to the table and for all the trends that you set, you know, like anything that belongs to your culture. I want people to celebrate it on you, not on a Kardashian or a Kardashian wannabe or a white gay man imitating a black man who's imitating his mom or sister or cousin, you know? But I honestly feel like it is a time to be alive as a black woman, and a lot of people are waking up and smelling the coffee, and that might be a good or a bad thing. They might try to suppress our powers, or shit, we might be too strong. So you know
And if you can say anything to your 16-year-old self, what would it be?
If I could tell, I would tell my 16-year-old self that just focus on yourself, because the men will always follow regardless of whatever you're doing. And that relationship that you think is going to last forever and you're going to die without this person, I promise it's not going to work out that way. I mean, maybe like a 1 in a million story, you kind of meet the love of your life at 16, but 9 times out of 10, it's not going to go that way. But it's okay. It's okay. There's a million and one people out here in this world, and a lot of great people, to be honest with you. So you haven't even met half the people you already need to meet at 16. So don't even worry about it, girl. There's a lot in store for you, and it's coming. I promise. It's coming. And 25, it is not old. Okay? It's not what you think. It's something so different, but it's an exciting time growing up, getting older, maturing, and learning a lot of new things. So you got your whole life ahead of you, I promise.
Figure out yourself first before you try to like maneuver through life or anything sexually related. Figure yourself out first. You're gonna save yourself mad time, mad heartache. You won't have to interact with people that you don't need to interact with. So figure yourself out.
Yes, two different forms. When you're done, just put it in.
if I can say anything to my 16-year-old self, it would be to stop being friendly to the fuck boys. You're not for everybody. You don't even like everybody, so you don't have to worry about the opinions of the people you don't care for. Just do you.
If I could say anything to my 16-year-old self, it would be stay pure, stay strong, don't fall into what's going on around you. It's okay to not do what everybody else is doing. It's okay to speak up and say no if you don't want to do it. It's okay to be different from everybody else and move how you want to move. It's okay to just learn. You're 16, but do it for you. Don't do it for because everybody else, your peers are doing it. Don't do that.